YouTube friends and family, it's Friday. I feel like it's been Friday for half this week. Yeah, no, I don't have a job to go to today. I'm just having a poor time coordinating my work right now, I'll be very honest with you. However, I am driving off to the town of Wiscasset to preview a job that I'll be starting next week. Get together a work plan, coordinate with some other guys that are going to be on the job, and then come back home and enjoy a Friday afternoon, probably in the rain. Hey, thanks for coming with me on my day, folks, and I hope you're excited for the weekend. Tyler, you okay being on YouTube?
Yeah.
It's so weird though.
You can stand as a full deck.
So this is walk up.
Well, that's funny. I did an energy out here roughly a month ago, and the owners are the parents of a former employee of mine. And as it turns out, that former employee and another former employee of mine will be working with me on this job. So I think that's pretty cool because I like both of those guys. All the basement work, they're gonna do all that. And I will be concentrating on the cellulose. So I'll be here next week, and I expect at least a week here, and it's nice. It's like 20 minutes from home. It's a really cool place to work. I'm psyched. Quick side trip to my father's house. You know, we all give my father a bunch of grief. He's really a great guy and with a great heart. And I will say that at least when it comes to paying me, he is very prompt. We're about to get some pouring rain, so these poor, beautiful magnolia trees are gonna get doused. Wow, can you smell that?
We've had her for almost 6 years.
6 years we had her, and she came from Lucia, right?
Right, I don't know how long she had her before that.
Andrea just told me our goldfish died. Man, first the duck, now the goldfish. Things coming.
The fish needed to go.
The goldfish needed to go. Poor Charlotte.
Well, she was.
You buried her.
She was
Did you have? Yeah. Okay, good.
And
Shoot.
I wished her well on her journey over the Rainbow Bridge.
Good. Good. Yeah. So I just mentioned, I wanted to give the YouTube world a little update on where Andrea is with her book.
Yeah.
Where are you at?
I'm on chapter 2.
Chapter 2, titled Regeneration.
Finishing chapter 1 was pretty exciting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, having like a closure on something is always nice.
Yep.
So the most exciting part of the whole process, just the whole
Most
thing.
exciting part of the process.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I had some exciting discoveries about research because the research is challenging. No, it's just hard to find what you're looking for, or
Hard.
to even know what you're looking for, or where to go for it. So I found that if I go to the Maine State Library and click on a thing called Marvel, I can find old newspaper articles. So that was handy. And then I found this thing called, I don't know if I even want to say this out loud. There's a website that has, and there's a way to get to these articles.
Normally these articles, you'd have to pay for them 25,
30.
$35 a pop. I see.
But
So
someone has made them available.
somebody has made them available. You hear about people writing books and like the research being like a really, whoa, when I was doing the research for this book, I found it really cool. And this little excited.
It's kind of like, you know, when the magician pulls the handkerchief out of his hat, and then there's more and more and more handkerchiefs, or his sleeve, wherever. I don't know where they are, but
Yeah.
there's not just like a thing out there. It's connected
Right.
to all these other things that may end up being useful or may not. But it kind of, you know, it ends up being like I'll read 2 or 3 books or parts of those books and a stack of articles, like to write a paragraph
To write a paragraph,
or
right?
2.
Yeah.
So it's laborious.
It's laborious.
But when you get that paragraph written, that's exciting.
That's
Writing
the
paragraphs.
okay. If you write paragraphs, well, you wonder about what is the unit of like success, and I guess it's the paragraph. Would you care to give us a reading from chapter 1? Anything that you think would be fun to read, fun to hear.
I don't know if I want to.
At some point, you're gonna have to do book readings, honey.
I know. Well, that's after it's done.
Well,
Dozens of little creeks drain snowmelt from the east side of the Continental Divide in Pike National Forest, southeast of Denver. Southwest should be southwest.
Oh.
See, it makes sense to
read it out loud.
All right, let's start again. If water is the lifeblood of an arid city, then the South Platte is Denver's main artery. Dozens of little creeks drain snowmelt from the east side of the Continental Divide in Pike National Forest, southwest of Denver. The creeks flow downhill, converge, and eventually form the South Platte, which flows north through Denver and its suburbs before heading northeast and entering Nebraska almost at the top right corner of Colorado. The river provided a draw to humans, and no doubt wildlife, from earliest habitation, with Native Americans and early settlers using water directly from the river. Human manipulation of the Platte began in the 1860s with construction of the city ditch, which diverted water from the river to Denver's cap. I think I've used river too many times in this paragraph. When I was a child growing up in Inglewood, the city directly south of Denver, I would test my strength and bravery by following a narrow path that squeezed between the ditch and a high fence that separated Bates and Logan Park from the houses that bordered it. I had no idea that water in the ditch, brown and muddy and harboring the dreaded toe-biting crawdads, came from the Platte. That farther upstream it moved water from the river to a reservoir before it was treated and piped to the faucets in our house. I never thought at all about where water came from or where it was going, only that it provided a backdrop for childhood adventures. The Highline Canal followed in 1883 to carry irrigation water to farmland south and east of the city, and storage reservoirs were dug to store river water in 1902 and 1904. The first dam was built on the South Platte in 1890 to develop an ice cutting business in the resulting reservoir, Lake George. Additional dams followed: Cheeseman Reservoir in 1905, the world's tallest dam at the time, Antero Reservoir in 1909, 11-Mile Canyon Dam in 1932, Chatfield in 1975, a flood control reservoir built in response to the devastating 1965 flood, Spinney Mountain in 1982. Not content with the Platte supply, Denver Water worked to move mountains, or at least move water under mountains, The conundrum of water in Colorado is that 80% of the precipitation falls west of the Continental Divide, while 80% of the people live east of it. Denver began exploring ways to divert West Slope water to the East Slope as early as 1921, and with the construction of the Moffett Tunnel in the 1930s and the Roberts Tunnel, formerly Montezuma Tunnel, in the 1940s, succeeded in defying nature and transported water beneath the Continental Divide and into the South Platte River Basin. For the most part, these dams and diversions, built in the era of big water projects, were heralded as great engineering achievements and welcomed enthusiastically by residents of a thirsty and growing city. But by the time Strontia Springs Dam was in the works, the world had changed.
Wow. Defied nature and brought it to the other side of the Continental Divide. It's pretty cool. Wow, thank you.
That's a long paragraph.
That's okay. Well, hey. Do you feel good about it? I feel good about what you're doing. Do you feel good about what you're doing?
I do feel good. I just
Right on.
want to get over the doing part and be to the done part.
Yep.
Don't we always?
I know. Well, hopefully the doing becomes more enjoyable, and that makes the done happen more quickly.
Dun, dun, dun.
Good luck, honey.
Okay, thanks.
Oh, I have to pee. I do believe I just witnessed a crow mating ritual. There was 6 crows, and they all were flying together and all crazy, and then they paired up, went off, landed in trees, and got all, feathery. That was weird. So I have decided that I'm going to go ahead with this, because really it is unsafe at any height, and Zephyr climbs up in here with a rope, with or without these holds. So I don't see, having the holds only makes it more safe in my view. And he's climbing ladders, and he's climbing trees, and he's climbing. He's a climber. So I think he's going to be just fine. This is going to be challenging, but it's going to be fun too. And I think it will be safe. And why isn't this working? clients. There they go. Woo! Listen to how quiet that electric car is. They're my neighbors down the street here. You may have seen me pass a red farmhouse, and I'm going to be doing a major remodel and renovation to a house they bought in Whitefield, starting probably in June. So they were just dropping Milo off. They were driving down the street, so we were chatting about the project, and we're all really excited about it. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hello, may I order some pizzas to eat in? What's your special tonight? Oh, baby, could I get one of those, please? A sausage and pepperoni. And then a tomato, garlic, and artichoke heart. Thank you, my name is Curry. Thank you. All right, see you, man. Bye. That's right, it's Friday night. That means pizza with Grampy Joe. Ooh, garlic, feta, jalapeno. No. What was it? The special. Oh, bacon, feta, jalapeno. Huh. Maybe since you got it for free, you can give your old man a bite of it.
Okay, old man.
Since I just let you borrow all that money, that'll be your financing
No, you
charge.
didn't. That was Milo.
Oh, Milo.